Hey guys, welcome to the Erudite. My name is Kelly. It's my pleasure to have you in another video, travel video, Key West. So I just came back from Key West not long ago and wanted to give you a little input on what I thought about it. We're going to talk about the hotel, food, the nightlife, all the chickens, the beach, kind of try and cover everything to give you a comprehensive view of our state. So let's start off with the hotel. We stayed at the Double Tree, which is a Hilton property. It's there in Key West. We flew in, by the way, so that matters because we didn't drive. We flew in, and the shuttle from the airport, which was only about half a mile or so from the hotel, came to pick us up. I mention that because if you're thinking of renting a car, there's really no need unless you want to go up the Keys. Beautiful resort, as you can see. Very, very nice pool. Everything was clean and tidy and neat. Check-in process was a little longer than what I'm used to, but it was still good. The Double Tree is known for its cookies, so anytime you want cookies, you can just go to the front desk and get them. If you're a Hilton Honors member like I am, they'll have them waiting on you along with some water. Now, here's the room, just a regular room. It's just me and my wife. We couldn't get a king in front of the pool the way that we wanted, so we settled for the two queens, but the king is an option. The room was very clean and tidy. One of the updates, of course, because of COVID, is the rooms are not clean during your stay. So ask for everything you need up front, towels and soaps, etc. Again, this room was right in front of the pool. It's not really a balcony, but you can open the window or the patio door there and to see out. Wasn't loud. I didn't think it was raucous or anything. There was not many people at the hotel. So the room itself was again very standard. We did have a fridge, as you can see there. We were able to store our water in the fridge. We have some drawers in the event that we wanted to unpack and take some things out of our bags. We used the other bed for it. If you're a coffee drinker, they did have coffee and different teas in the room. And I really like this room. I really like the hotel. I am a Hilton's Honors member, as I said before, so I really like their properties, with few exceptions, I will say. I found this room to be spacious. I thought they had everything in place. Once we got there, there were towels. We did get some extra towels because we always do. Everything seemed to be clean and in order. So no negative comments on the Double Tree. The people were relatively nice. There was coffee downstairs or different things like that when we came in. And we had good weather the first 2 days we were there. The last day it sort of rained a little bit. But again, don't worry about a rental car, because the shuttle just comes and pick you up. And not only does it come and pick you up from the airport, but it will also take you downtown. And we're going to talk a little bit about that later on. Shower, water pressure, everything was great. They did have an ironing board, safe for your room in the event that you wanted to leave some of your goodies there. Or if you got some things, souvenirs and stuff like that, you could always leave them in the safe. You guys been listening to my videos for a while. You know I don't ever put anything in the safe because I have a lock on my bag, and I use my bags as safe when we travel. And here's the lobby. Here's the lobby. Now, because of COVID, I think a lot of things are still closed there, and they're just not doing it, like the group breakfast or lunches or anything like that. But there is a bar and an eatery outside, so there is some good news. Inside, not so much. This area here they use for breakfast in the morning, although I saw very few, if any, people down there. They did have a workout area. Here's outside. This is what the inner court of the hotel looks like from the inside. The pool is directly behind me, and I'm facing the hotel. Plenty of chairs, plenty of places to hang out and sunbathe if that's what you would like to do. Back in the corner there are some a little bit more private cabanas, if you will. There were families back there and folks just kind of hanging out. Very decent sized pool. It's not Jamaica, but if you want to come to Key West and get in the pool, It's a great thing to do. If you've never been to Key West, maybe you'd be surprised to know that there are only two beaches. The water's a little different versus like a South Beach or an East Coast beach versus a West Coast beach, or maybe it was just the Keys. I just noticed that the waters were rough around most of the island, and there were a couple places where you could have beachfront. So all in all, I give the hotel, if it's 5 stars, I'll give them a 4 out of 5. Um, it's just, it was good for the location. One day we decided to rent a scooter because the shuttle does drop you off, but there's still quite a bit of walking if you want to see the entire island. So the first day we walked, and there's downtown here. This is if you were coming off a cruise ship, the port, the Mallory Square. This is also called Sunset Square. This is where you would go if you wanted to come not only shop and just see the downtown area, but watch the sunset. Unfortunately for us, the day that we decided to do that, it was very overcast, and we didn't really get to see the types of sunsets that we'd always heard about. So this is the port. This is where a cruise ship would come if they were still calling Key West. Now, according to the driver that we had in the shuttle, and I Googled this once I got back because I'm just that way, cruise ships are no longer calling Key West. I don't know if that's a permanent thing, but it has not reestablished itself since COVID. So, given the area of downtown, man, I can't imagine with those cruise ships letting people off how crowded it would be. So, having said that, we picked a great time to go. And in the event you're listening to this in the future, we went in November. So it was the week of November the 16th, which is around my birthday. So we're here in November, which sort of explains some of the weather. We did have 2 really good days of sunshine in the mid to high 70s, and even the overcast day, it was still really warm. Now here we are in town, and again, we walked these same streets that we're riding now. So I suggest you walk and kind of really get a chance to check out what Key West is all about. Now, I will tell you this, you don't necessarily have to rent a scooter, but if you do, you can rent it directly from the hotel if you stay at the DoubleTree. That was a great benefit because we saw other scooters downtown, but of course we would have had to get downtown to rent them. DoubleTrees not only brought they don't own the scooter company, but they have a concierge that they work with, and they brought the scooter to us, and then we returned it there, and it was cheaper. So, no brainer. But I suggest you start off walking and just checking out the town, the bars, the food, the whole scene, the shopping, etc., the water, because it is a really, really good experience. If you like beach towns, you're gonna love Key West. You're gonna love Key West. I didn't realize this until we were there, but there are a number of art galleries there, which seem a little odd, but I think that's more for locals. Maybe folks are coming on their vacation to buy art. Who knows? I mean, this is the home of Hemingway, or this is where Hemingway went to do a lot of his writings. You'll see a little later the Little White House, which is where President Truman came. He was on the island so much that they dedicated, a second home, basically, a second White House to President Truman. And we just went by one of the more well-known landmarks of Key West, and that's called Sloppy Joe's. Sloppy Joe's is one of few bars that stays open until 4 a.m., I understand. 4 a.m. Most other bars shut down at about 11 or midnight. Sloppy Joe's not only stays open the latest, but they also have live music all the time. Plenty of shopping, plenty of places to get souvenirs, to get clothes, different things. Let's say you forgot something. No need to try and find a Walmart. There are plenty of places to find, hoodies and shirts and socks and Crocs and you name it. Mallory Square and a lot of places in that area had all sorts of Key West goodies. And of course they would, because you got to think, coming off the port, this village, this little shopping area would be one of the main areas that the visitors coming in from the ships would see first. So it was pretty robust. There's a lot of stuff there. And right in front of us here is a museum, believe it or not. There was some sort of shipwreck. I didn't do a whole lot of studying on it, but the museum there is dedicated to the shipwreck. We did not go inside, but you can. These are the shops at Mallory. This is a place that we went on our last 2 days because they had coffee that my wife loved. This is Cuban, what is it called? Cuban coffee, Cuban cafe coffee, something like that. But it was really, really good. This is a relatively small mall area, but they had some nice things there. Again, there were art, crafts, and different art galleries in this particular mall. Here's an area that is, I'm just calling it the PIER. I'm not quite sure what the official name was, but it's off of Front Street. And there are a lot, well, there you go, Harbor Walk. Harbor Walk. There are a lot of yachts down here, different boats, lots of places for folks to eat. These larger type restaurants are in this area. And you just kind of walk around. I mean, there are more than a dozen restaurants, all different types of theming. There was a Mark Wahlberg and his brothers have a restaurant down there that sell burgers, but everything else seemed to be centered around the cuisine of the island, which of course is seafood. I did see people loading boats and jet skis and different things down here in this area. So if you are renting jet skis and boats, it'll probably go out of this area. These party boats, the sunset boats and things like that, also in this particular area. This was a good little walk for us. It gave us an opportunity to just kind of see, the boat life that's here in Key West. It was pretty neat.
Well, it's got to be in this thing of restaurants, though.
So here we are at the beach. This was one of two beaches. This is, oh my goodness, I can't remember the name of the beach, but the second beach was called Higgins. This was a different beach, but they're really close. They're on the same side of the island. And this was about a mile or two from our hotel. So if you stay at the DoubleTree, you just go out, like you're going back toward the airport. It's on that main drag, the highway, and you cannot miss it. It looks overcast here in the footage because it was, but the weather was really nice. The wind was warm and brisk. The water was a little cool. Obviously, again, we're in November, but all in all, we enjoyed walking up and down the beach. Again, this is my first time to Key West, but people had told me that, hey, don't be surprised, there's not a whole lot of beach areas. So I can't imagine if there are a ton of people that want to go to the beach on the same day in the summer, it's probably going to be relatively crowded. I'm certain it will be relatively crowded. But I thought the water was, nice enough, and the views were really, really nice. So if you're looking to go to the beach, Key West does have a beach. So now we're going to talk about food. We got some really good recommendations from the driver of our shuttle. One of the things that we love to do is when we go somewhere, we don't try to reinvent the wheel. We do our research beforehand, and then of course we always ask locals for their recommendations. And between the two, we tend to come up with some really good food, places to go, suggestions and locations. So this place is called Two Friends Patio. We went there twice. It was really awesome. We highly suggest it. And we went there in the morning and the evening. Two things it always had: chickens and live music. Both of them were pretty cool. So if you're into live music and you like to eat seafood or just really good food, we would recommend the Two Friends Patio. One of the other things we ran across as we were walking the area was this lobster pizza. And we checked that out. It was pretty good. It is on the ocean front, as you can see. This is down next to the southernmost point of the U.S. So if you're in that area, taking that photo op of the southernmost point, you have but to go to your immediate right, and you can find some drinks, also some lobster pizza. If you're lucky enough, like we were, you can be seated right at the waterfront. This was probably the best lunch we had since we were there. So I'm just going to kind of close it out and just tell you this was, A+ type of trip. We did find some nightlife, and you'll see before the video ends that it's a place called Lucy's that I also recommend. If you go, the people were nice, the food was nice. The only sort of not so nice thing I'll have to say about Lucy's, one night we had really good entertainment, live music. The other night it was a little colorful, a little too colorful for me. Don't want to get too political, but some folks probably were singing and saying some stuff that just wasn't suitable for an entire diverse crowd, which there was. So it's some of that. So just be advised. But all in all, we had a great time, and we recommend Key West. We recommend DoubleTree. If you're gonna go and have a great time. Thanks again for checking out the Erudite here. Keep coming back. We're gonna have new videos every week. Thanks, guys.